Hello and welcome to another high-level game of Company of Heroes 3. My name is Fancy Josh, and today I'm bringing you a 1v1 between Ildong and Nostalgia. On one of my favorite maps, Crossing in the Woods. This was a very popular 1v1 Company of Heroes 2 map. It can also be played 2v2. I think it's really well balanced around both matchups. So I'm excited to see what these players have to show us today. So our British player, Nostalgia, is already adding on a Royal Engineer squad, and Ildong is adding on a second Pioneer squad. You may see him add on a third Pioneer squad. I've seen some players doing that, but no, looks like he's just going to go for a heavy machine gun. So, I love this map. I think it's got some really interesting play around the idea that your cutoff point is very far forward and accessible to your opponent if they're able to control the middle. So very likely to see players pushing into these two cutoff points and denying territory that way. If you can lock down your opponent's cutoff point, they're basically restricted to only one half of the map. Looks like our German player wants to ignore what I'll call the hard side of the map for him to control. He's just going for this easy side, picking up a lot of resources for basically for free. Adding on a second, our German player's adding on a second heavy machine gun, so he's really going to want to control some spaces on the map here with those, rather than being aggressive with infantry and capturing territory away from his opponent, at least to start. British player adding on a infantry section here. I expect he may add on another one, although he might be waiting to see what his opponent does. Nah, he's going to add another rifleman squad for sure. I like our German player adding on sandbags here in the middle to help him control that point. I say this pretty much every game. Bend the map to your will, right? You set up your defenses, put down your landmines, deny cover to your opponent with barbed wire, deny their access to areas with tank traps, whatever you got to do to slow your opponent down, make their lives just a little bit harder. And if you got the APM to do it, then I say do it. So, nice use of sandbags. I expect we're going to see more of that from him. Typically, once a player starts bending the map to their will, they generally don't stop. Now, our German player has gone for the Terror Battle Group, which is a new DLC. I have just recently seen some high-level gameplay of it. See what he wants to take away from this tree, but this machine gun camouflage is absolutely insane. Like, heavy machine guns are already good, and the fact that you can put them in a place and your opponent can't see them where they're sitting is just absolutely brutal. So, German player ignoring the hard side of the map, going for his easy side, using multiple heavy machine gun squads to control this space, and he's basically going to make sure that he has complete and total control of this right side of the map. He's also managed to capture his opponent's cutoff point before capturing the rest of the territory, just denying that away from his opponent. Now, our British player is recognizing that his opponent is going for lots and lots of heavy machine guns, so he's adding on mortars to try and deal with that. I really, really like mortars on this map in general because of the way units have to flow around the center. A mortar in the middle of the map can control a significant amount of space. Looks like the British player's not wanting to give him this for free, making him work for every inch of ground he takes here. Heavy machine guns pinning down squads all over the place. And these Royal Engineers aren't going to be able to stick around for long. Mortar helping out, though. Rifleman squad is getting hit by 2 separate heavy machine guns, so he's probably going to need to get out of there. Oh, what a big mortar hit. Now this heavy machine gun squad is in danger. Looks like they're barely going to make it out of there. Winning that fight on the right side is our German player. An absolute bloodbath over this cutoff point here. So I'm not sure. I think our British player is making a small mistake here, which is he's trying to fight the German for this side of the map. And he should. He should try to fight this German player. But this whole left side of the map is completely free. And he should be able to recognize that, considering just how many units he's seeing from his opponent on this side. I mean, he has seen 2 different engineering squads, 2 different heavy machine guns, and a Volksgrenadier. So absolute worst case, he's dealing with, you know, he's going to have to deal with 1, maybe 2 squads on that left side. I'd love to see him send some Royal Engineers over here and just capture all this territory. Unfortunately for him, that window is closing because our German player is sending over some units to that side of the map now. Yeah. It looks like our British player has thrown enough units at this side of the map to finally take control of it. And control it he will. British player putting down some mines here. Love that. It's a great spot for mines. Infantry tend to group up as they pass through or around locations like this, so that mine is bound to catch some units. Setting up some sandbags also. Bending the map to his will. Oh, I really like this. He's covering his engineers with some smoke grenades. It's really smart. If there was a heavy machine gun sitting here, he just protected his squad. Now, our German player doesn't actually control his cutoff point, so he's not getting any resources from this. But I think he will in short order. It's not the end of the world for him. So our British player has locked in his battle group here. He's taken the Canadian Shock battle group, so he's got that attacking spirit. Whenever he captures a point, he gets a buff to the units nearby, which heals them. And then he's got this Canadian Shock troops, effective at close range, and I believe they also have. Oh, they're close. Effective at. Oh, okay, medium range. All right. I don't actually see these units that often, and I haven't seen them at a high level. So we'll see how our Nostalgia makes use of them. Looks like he also added on incendiary munitions. So that makes grenades even more deadly. Toss a grenade. The unit, if they don't move, not only will they die to the initial explosion, but they'll get absolutely wrecked by the fire. Now this is a crazy fight going on here. Our British player is somehow behind our German player, despite being on the German player's side of the map. And he's actually winning this fight, which is totally insane. I really like what our German player is doing here. He's slowing down his opponent with those squads while capturing all this territory away. So I mean that's a great, you know, I said it earlier, attack where your opponent is weak, right? And he did. He captured this entire left side. Unfortunately for him, he lost that fight on the right side pretty definitively, so now he's going to lose this left side as well. I absolutely love these smoke grenade mortars from our British player. It's I think it's a really underused ability, and it's really powerful when it's used correctly, so I love seeing that. Love seeing that from the British player. Now, our German player added on some the Jaeger squad. And then instantly upgraded them with the Panzerschreck in anticipation of some vehicles from our British player. Not sure I like that. I've seen multiple people do that, and I don't understand why. I get what they're trying to do, right? They are making sure they have an anti-vehicle answer at the time that vehicles are going to come out. But at the same time, why not just wait to actually see the vehicle before responding to it? And, you know, obviously you can think of some... I mean, that's their choice, right? They're deciding to add those Panzerschrecks on and be ready, rather than wait to have to deal with it. Now, look at this map. Every single frontline territory is being captured. Every single one. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Both players looks like we're going to come out even here. They're both going to control a major fuel point. The German player is going to control 2 of the victory points, which he desperately needs right now. He's been up behind this entire game in terms of victory point control. Unfortunately for him, I don't think he's going to hold on to it for very long. Looks like our British player did the same thing as our German player. He added on some anti-tank or anti-vehicle weapons for seeing vehicles. I wonder if that's a deterrent, right? Saying, are you sure you want to add those on? Are you sure? Alright, barraging his opponent with in-base artillery. Those units got to get out of there. So, because our British player went for this Canadian shock troops, they have access to pyrotechnics here, which totally messes with your opponent, debuffs your opponent when you hit them with fire. So, reduced accuracy, reduced acceleration of vehicles, reduces the speed of infantry. It's really, really obnoxious to deal with. Heavy machine gun getting set up here. I don't expect our British player to win here. That's the preamp. Now he's just going to retreat. Makes sense. Both players storing up a bit of fuel here. One or both of them could afford light vehicles shortly here. See if they want to do that. German player capturing away the cutoff point. Doesn't really matter at this stage in the fight, but I don't mind him taking it away. Might as well. Heavy machine gun helping out here. Pioneers using those sandbags they set up about 5-10 minutes ago. Help them win that fight. Incoming grenade. The fire, they got to get out of there right away. Big battle in the middle here. Looks like the German... You know, I keep thinking the German's going to lose it, and then he brings in another squad to help out the fight, so well played by both players extending this fight out. This mine that was planted earlier went off. Too bad we didn't get to see it happen. Really hard to catch mines going off. Jaeger squad's got to go. Pioneer squad's probably got to go too. German player attacking where his opponent is weak, right? British player is very strong in the center on the right side, so German player is going on the left side. I really like that.
We have lost control of the victory point.
German player is adding on a flak-wind panzer, anti-infantry tank, which I I think is a great idea here. This British player is clearly committed to a lot of infantry. Doesn't really seem interested in adding on a tank just yet. So I think that's a good choice here. Man, that preemptive grenade from those Canadians just took out a huge chunk of those grenadiers. Captures happening across the map. Looks like both players are going to come out even. Looks like our German player planted another mine here. I told you when he put those sandbags down that he was going to bend this map to his will. Planting mines all over the place. Alright, flak pans are getting involved here. Pushing those infantry away. Probably just going to sweep this sole half of the map. Driving away his opponent. British player preemptively trying to hide. But I don't think that's going to work for him. Adding on a anti-tank gun just in time. Getting it set up and push this flak panzer away. Let's hope our our German player notices, and he does. That's alright. Pulling that infantry anti-tank gun back as the infantry shows up. German player continuing to capture territory on that right side. I love this, bringing that flak panzer back in after pushing away the anti-tank gun. British player using smoke to cover the retreat of the anti-tank gun. I mean, both players are just truly amazing. Truly amazing play from both sides. Alright, so our British player is adding on his company command post, so he's going to have access to those medium tanks very shortly here. I'm curious to see what he does here. It feels like he needs... I don't know what he needs. I mean, he clearly needs anti-tank and anti-infantry. Problem is, his opponent has preemptively built 2 units with Panzerschrecks to sort of deter those early tanks. So I guess that's what those Panzerschrecks are for. He just added on 3rd Panzerschreck squad. I mean, he's not messing around. He is ready for his opponent to add on tanks. Panzerschreck's in danger there. Hopefully they get out of there. We'll check back in a moment here. Big fight happening in the middle here. Yep. Rip those Jaeger units over here. That's a shame. I mean, I don't blame him. There's a lot going on the map. It's easy to lose track. Oh, just a little bit ahead. So he tossed a grenade in the path of that retreating unit, but he threw it slightly too far forward, so the squad wasn't able to hit it. Being very aggressive with this flak panzer, which is a choice. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but you know, it's very easy to lose a tank if you're not paying attention. So, and by having it so far forward, he's putting himself at risk like that. A German player has slightly better map control here, although he doesn't have the victory points that he needs. That said, the victory points are very even. He's not in danger yet. So he doesn't need to have it right now, but he's got a big push coming through the middle here. He's adding on a 2nd flak panzer, which I think is going to force our British player to go anti-tank vehicles. I think he's going to add on. I think he's going to add on an anti-tank. See what he ends up doing. Being annoying with these Jaeger squad. Trying to push them back here. Here comes the flak panzer. Grenade coming in on the left side. Making that squad retreat. This mortar's in trouble here. It's going to have to get out of there. Never mind, it's dead. That's a really nice kill by that flak panzer. Removing that veterancy from that mortar is really good for him. 2nd flak panzer coming in on the side here, dealing with this Piat squad. Gonna push them back. He looks like he wants to get some shots in here. Where are those shots going? I guess he did hit. Big push on the right side by our British player. He's got the anti-tank gun with him to push away the inevitable answer from this Black Panzer. Too bad for the British player. The German player has control of the cutoff point here. That's interesting. He's destroying this mortar with his flak panzer. He doesn't want his opponent to recrew it. He might have been thinking about stealing it away, but he doesn't have the units necessary. Killed the came in with the Panzerschreck to kill the mortar, and he really doesn't want his opponent to have that. I love that, denying its usage to his opponent. Anti-tank gun is here, gonna shoo away these flak panzers. And here comes the Crusader tank from our British player to try and deal with these vehicles and infantry. So the Crusader it's fast, it's got relatively light armor, and it's good at killing both infantry and tanks. Or vehicles, I should say. It has a little bit of armor. It has trouble penetrating some of the heavier armor. We'll see if that ends up mattering. I'm not sure how well its penetration does against Black Panzers, but we're going to find out together. Massive fight going on across the entire map here. Crusader tank coming in. Going to try and shoo away this heavy machine gun squad there. Both flak wind panzers setting up. Looks like the German player managed to steal away that AA gun. That is pretty devastating to our British player. And I'm watching our British player fall apart here a little bit. He's lost a number of squads. Looks like he's trying to get revenge here. If he can pick up this Jaeger squad, that'd be pretty big for him. There he goes. Nicely done. Nicely done. Might try to pick up more, honestly. Pushing in. Meanwhile, the flak panzers pushing in on their side as well. I don't think he's going to pick up any units, just trying to be annoying. And yeah, this is looking a bit rough for our British player right now. His saving grace is... And I'm actually struggling to see what his saving grace is. This is looking pretty rough for our German player. He's not out of it. Not out of it by any means. He has anti-tank units. He's adding on more now. He's got his Crusader tank. If he can pick a side and hold it, slow down the bleeding, right? He needs to capture at least 1 point, and he needs to do it right now. And we've seen him struggle to capture where his opponent is weak, but he's doing it right now. His opponent is weak on the left side. Taking away this victory point, it's really going to help him. At this point, does not matter. Crusader tank can deal with it anyway. German player not letting this happen. Added on a Marauder, or Martyr. Tank destroyer. A long-range anti-tank weapon, highly mobile. Push away that Crusader tank. I think that's a great add from him. And it looks like this German player is not going to let this capture happen. Trying to capture this point in the middle. Heavy machine guns locking it down. I mean, this has been beautifully executed by our German player. Beautifully, beautifully executed. Just constantly controlling important spaces with 1 or 2 units at just the right time. It's been really, really nice. Crusader tank barely escaping that tank destroyer from the German player. Capturing this middle point, that's really what he needs. Oh, that's pretty devastating. Adding on those white phosphorus rounds, that's going to absolutely shred that anti-tank infantry. So I was saying it earlier, I'm going to say it again. I think our British player needs to pick a spot and use his entire army to fight for it. Because our German player is not weak anywhere, which means he's got the same number of units everywhere. So if our British player dedicates his entire army to 1 spot, he might be able to take it down. Looks like it's what he wants to do on the right side. And he does have a little bit of time. I mean, he is holding the middle here, so he has slowed the bleeding. Slowed the bleeding a little bit here. Alright, using a call-in here is our British player. Some sort of barrage, I suspect. It is. Try and push his opponent off the middle. And then push in himself. Here he goes. Big push. I think he needs to dedicate everything to the middle right now. German player, of course, knows this. Putting his Flakland panzers into position here. Alright, looks like our British player rotating to the left side, trying to get his hands on some territory. He needs any point he can get his hands on. I like what he's doing with this Crusader tank. He's trying to keep it back from the front line so that he's not in danger of losing it. Don't think this is a great use of his Crusader tank, given how dire the situation is. But he's actually making it work, right? He's baiting the anti-tank from his opponent all to this side. And here comes a big surround on that tank. I think that tank is in serious jeopardy here. Man, better run. He's gonna make it. Oh, from downtown. Wow. Used the sight main gun to give him that 10 extra weapon range and was able to snipe out that Crusader. What a shot from our German player. What a shot. Yeah, this has just been... I mean, this game was really well played by both players. But but I think our German player just... He had a better army composition at a critical stage in the game, which is to say he added on 2 Black Panzers, and the British player had no way to deal with them. British player adding on another Crusader tank here. And I think that could have worked if he still had his first Crusader tank, but things are looking pretty dire for him right now. Getting pushed off this central point by those Flak Panzers. There's absolutely no chance. Now, he has stopped the bleeding. I mean, I said he had no chance, but he did stop the bleeding there. And just as he stopped the bleeding, the German player said no. I'm gonna take you down some more. I love this from our British player. I love that he's not giving up. You know, I might seem like I'm ragging on him and saying that he's lost this game, but I have seen players come back from situations this bad at a high level. You know, a critical vehicle loss, you know, a sweep of infantry through a critical area, your opponent not being aggressive enough. I've seen it work. That said, our German player has added on a King Tiger here, and the British player has 4 points left, so this game is over. Really, really well played by both teams. I really loved the use of mortars by our British player in the mid-game. Actually take a look at that efficiency of that unit, because I'm curious. Mortar team dealing 1,000 damage and using 1.5 million smoke grenades to cover the advance of his other units. I loved seeing all the mines and sandbags out of our British player, bending the map to his will, right? Our German player just executed a really nasty push right in that mid-game with those 2 Ostwinds, killed a bunch of units, destroyed a bunch of infrastructure, as in that mortar tube, and just held it down. So, hope you guys enjoyed this game as much as I did, and I'll see you in the next one.